I also don't want to live in a country where we are going into churches and synagogues and deporting grandmothers and decent people. I don't want to live in a country where the leader of the free world makes it sound like all immigrants are going to rape your kids. They're Mexicans, they're rapists, and I suppose some of them are good people.
When the ex-president opens up the borders,
he did not.
He basically said, "Come." They were wearing Joe Biden
never
shirts.
said that.
I've got a question. How does he feel about birthright citizenship?
Okay, fair question. Go ahead, Brett.
It's not done in any other country.
What?
Okay. He said
it's not done in any other country except for ours.
Okay. So
I mean, I think if we have over 200 countries out there and it's not done in any other one and we're the only one, I mean, what do you tell me? I mean, you think that's okay? You think it's okay that 200? You think it's okay that 200 countries don't have it and we do?
If your relatives were not actual citizens way back when, does that mean you get deported?
Or my relatives were not citizens way back when? Does that mean that I get deported?
Well, they had to come from somewhere.
Yeah, of course they came. They did it. They did it the legal way.
I'll give a strong opinion.
They did it the legal way.
I'll give a strong opinion.
Hold on. Look, if they ever do it the legal way, if you do it the legal way, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
How do you know they did it the legal way?
I'm sorry?
How do you know that they did it the legal way?
How do I know that my family did it the legal way?
If they did not become citizens, then you're not a citizen.
My family became citizens. Of course they did.
How do you know?
Because it's been documented.
Well, but hold on.
I mean,
hold on. Let me just give a strong opinion on this. I don't care what other countries do. Okay. That's number one. Number two, my moral compass tells me that if you're living in this country and you don't have the proper paperwork, but you haven't committed any violent crimes and you've been working for decades and you pay your taxes and you happen to have kids that are born here, those kids should automatically be American citizens. That's my personal opinion, and we shouldn't be punishing kids for the fact that a parent might not have the proper paperwork.
Do you think you should come into this country illegally and then all of a sudden you troop over 6 months later and then all of a sudden you get pregnant and then the kid becomes you think that's okay?
I don't think it's the kid's fault.
But you think we should make that kid American citizen and the parent?
I think that there has to be an easier pathway to citizenship for nonviolent criminals that are in this country illegally. I also believe that
why should he be in the country that way in the first place? That's the whole.
I think you would have to. I'll answer
we have
that.
A border. We have a border for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
We have security. We have border patrol for a reason.
We have laws for a reason, right?
So we do. So my point is that when they break the laws, why do you think it's okay to give them privileges?
Donald Trump is our president. He's a 34-count felon.
Let's talk about what I'm asking you. Every time I ask you a question, you throw it back to Donald Trump.
Because you keep making.
I'm asking you about your personal opinion. Not about Donald Trump.
I'm giving you my personal opinion.
But you're not. You're
yes, I am.
Reflecting
I told
Trump.
you.
Answer the question. What I'm saying is that just you know what I'm trying to get at the. You know what I'm saying? Every time I say something, you deflect.
We live in a country that was founded on immigrants. I don't want bad people coming into this country. I also don't want to live in a country where we are going into churches and synagogues and deporting grandmothers and decent people. I don't want to live in a country where the leader of the free world makes it sound like all immigrants are going to rape your kids. They're Mexicans. They're rapists, and I suppose some of them are good people.
When the ex-president opens up the borders,
he did not.
He basically said, "Come." They were wearing Joe Biden shirts.
Said that.
They were wearing Joe Biden shirts.
He never said that. That's not true. He never said open up. I'm going to open up the border and come on in.
Did we have a secure border the last 4 years? Did we have a secure border?
We have never had a secure border in this country for decades. Look at all the illegals. Joe Biden has deported 1 million people a year. So to say that he's not doing anything and he's just opened up the border is factually inaccurate.
We need to get, once again, we're not talking about, I don't have specific stat numbers in front of me, but I'd like to see the comparison to Trump and Biden's illegal immigration. How many illegals?
Joe Biden wasn't deporting grandmothers. Joe Biden wasn't going into synagogues and churches. Joe Biden wasn't demeaning immigrants and hardworking people in this country.
Once again,
by the way, Donald Trump has hired undocumented immigrants to work for him his life. He didn't seem to have a problem with it then, but now all of a sudden he has a problem with it.
Well, you have a problem with it at a certain point when you get to the point where there's so many people that are coming in illegally, and they're not coming in through the proper channels.
George W. Bush allowed so many illegals to cross the border illegally, and I didn't hear Donald Trump complaining about that when he was in New York City hiring illegals to work for him. It is BS, Brett. It is BS what they are doing.
Okay, well, you know what? I think half the country wanted a secure border, and that's why they voted
It's
for Donald
one
Trump.
thing to want a secure border. I want a secure
Right.
border.
And you don't want, and I want the people deported that are supposed to be deported.
But he said he was going to build a wall and Mexico was going to pay for it. That never happened. It never happened. It was a lie. And he said it so that he could get elected. Just like he said, I'm going to hire a special prosecutor to go after Hillary Clinton. They were duped. It was a lie. And he's lying again today. They're not going to deport 20 million people. And by the way, when we had deportations under Biden and Obama, did you see somebody like a Dr. Phil with a microphone interviewing people? Because it's all performative nonsense is what it is. It's performative. You shouldn't have Dr. Phil there when people are being arrested and deported. They're turning it into a reality show, and Homan is turning into a reality show. But this isn't a reality show.
I think they're trying to show the American people that they're doing what they told them they were going to do.
They're trying to show the American. So get a guy like a Dr. Phil with a microphone to get in their faces. It's performative nonsense.
I hear you. I mean, look, everybody looks at things a different way. And like I said, if that's what you think, that's your opinion.
I don't want bad people in this country like you. I want a secure border.
How do you find all these bad people?
How do you find
how do we find all these bad people, Brian?
How do you find all these bad people?
You told me we don't know how many of these people came in, right?
Well, you said that.
But no, and I asked you, I said to you, we know we've had people that have been not vetted into this country, right? How do we go and find all of these people without interrupting people's lives?
So you can find the people without going into synagogues and churches. That's number one.
You keep talking about the synagogue and church. I haven't. I don't know where you got that from.
Trump,
so I have to
I will tell you. Donald Trump signed an executive order allowing ICE and giving them the authority to go into religious sanctuaries.
Are they doing it?
Yes.
Okay, but
religious,
where?
You can see it. It's been on television.
All
of a sudden, you didn't see it.
You've actually seen them go into churches? You keep saying that they did, and I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know.
They have already gone into religious sanctuaries, and they've made a couple arrests. And they've also, and Tom Homan has already admitted to that, and they're now going into schools, and you have the superintendent in a school district in Ohio that is now giving information on those children and their parents to see if they're illegal and sending it to the Trump administration. That is not the country that I want to live in.
Like I said, this stuff I don't know about, so I can't. How am I supposed to even talk about it when I don't know about it?
I'm with you. I don't want bad people in this country.
But we have to find those bad people one way or another.
Joe Biden deported 1 million people in 2024. It's not like Joe Biden was sitting on his ass like Donald Trump was on January 6th. Now, could have been done better? Yes, we had a bipartisan bill.
Letting 20 million people in and deporting 1 million, that's kind of a little bit. That's not the odd.
How many people do you think Donald Trump is going to deport in 2025? He's deported about 1,500 to 2,000 people so far.
How many do I think he's going to deport this year?
Yeah, he said they were going to deport 20
violent
million.
criminals? I don't know, probably a couple 100,000, probably.
Okay, he said he was going to deport 20 million. You think?
I don't think they're going to deport 20 million.
So he's lying then when he says that.
That would be nice if they
All right,
did.
fair enough.